Okay. Okay. The main motive to tell you about this OSI model, because this is the reference model for designing any kind of the network. And in similar way, the TCP IP model, when we talk about, so it is having nothing but only four different layers. Like first is the link layer, then second is the internet, or we can say then the internet. Writing may be very bad, so transport layer, then session, presentation and application. Here this is application. So whenever you listen about the OSI model, then it is nothing but 7-layer architecture. When we okay, Arun Khanduja, I will take the query just after the lecture. And in TCP/IP, there are 4 different layers only. So this is the advanced thing, and generally in today's we follow this TCP/IP model. Okay, so
I think you're sharing a board. The board is not visible.
board is not visible.
Yes, you're writing one.
Yeah, I'm writing. I was writing. That was not visible to you.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. So there will be some issue. Okay, because I am also using the Edu Pro for writing purpose. Okay, so I will check these things. So today's lecture, I will continue with the PPT itself. Fine.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, so ITU X.800 is the certification thing or security architecture that will provide the different things and the mechanism, security mechanism and all for any kind of the network for providing the security. And when we talk about the basics, so there are 3 different basics related to network security. One is security attack, another is security service, and the third one is security mechanism. Okay, in security attack, when we talk about, so when we are trying to design a secure network, so very first thing we have to understand what kind of the attacks or the possible attacks that you may face or you will face. So on behalf of this, there are 2 attacks like passive attack and active attacks. General we can talk. Other than these kind of the attacks, there are so many extensive attacks, but these are the general category. So this is the category that is passive and active. So in passive attack, I'm telling to you again that I'm not reading out all the things. I'm just explaining whatever it is written on the PPT. Fine. So when you talk about the passive attack, so in passive attack, the thing is any intruder will not alter the content. Intruder just read the message, just read. Okay. And if it required, then the intruder will pass the message later on, but it is not the compulsory thing. So in passive attack, you may consider that just copy the sender's data and or we can say the observe the data. So this is passive attack. Now when we talk about the active attack, so in active attack, intruder may alter the content of the data. So here the basic structure is designed. Even board is not working right now, so that's why I'm not writing anything. So but the different examples of active attacks are masquerade, replay, and denial of service attack. So when we talk about the masquerade, so in that case, any intruder will not detect, but it will transmit the message to the receiver, particular receiver, and the receiver will suppose that the message is coming from the sender. So this is kind of the attack is called the masquerade. In similar way, the replay attack, that is the one of the active attacks. So in replay, intruder, what do intruder will not accept, will collect the message somehow, and after that collection, after some time, that intruder will send to the receiver. So after the modification, so in both of the cases, whether it is masquerade, whether it is a replay, both of the cases, the content will get modified, and that will be very dangerous thing. In similar kind of the thing, that in denial of service attack, there are heavy load will be generated in communication link from intruder, or we can say unauthorized party, so that our data link will get stuck, and the communication will be on hold. So these kind of the attacks will consider as the active attacks. Okay, so when we talk about the security services, so again X.800 certification or architecture is having the predefined set of rules for providing the security services of any network, or even the counter mechanisms, counter attack mechanisms, we can say, is also being provided by the X.800 suite or architecture, and it is even written in the form of the different rules. Okay, so I'm just mentioning the few basic security services, or not the basic, but these are 5 security services, major services. Once anyone is trying to design any secure kind of the communication model, then at least these 5 security services must be there. Other than this, the users or the administrator may include some other services accordingly, but these 5 are the must thing. So very first is authentication. So authentication means it will guarantee of communication between the actual parties. So before establishing the connection, it is something like this, that if anyone wants to call to his or her friend, so the number of that particular person is in the phone, and or you have even saved that number to the particular person, only then you can make a call. Or maybe if it is not saved, so you have the you memorize that number. So the thing is, before starting the communication, it is very obvious thing that both the parties are agreed to talk or agreed to do the communication. So authentication must be there. Then the access control. So access control is like the example for this, I'm just taking that example is like, okay, when any data file that you are attaching and you are trying to send through the Gmail, and that size of that file is more than 25 MB, then it will it will be sent by a Google Drive, and when you will send that file, then there will be some kind of the controlling facilities that Gmail will ask to you, and whether it is read, write, and other things. So what kind of the control you want to provide to some other. So authorized entities controlling the authorized entities, we can say that is access control. Now data confidentiality. So definitely data must be secure. This is the important thing. And when we talk about data confidentiality, then suddenly the cryptographic techniques will come into the picture. So we will discuss even in second unit related this cryptographic algorithms. And data integrity. So data integrity is uh, similar to confidentiality, but at the different aspect. Like data integrity means it gives the guarantee that data has been sent by actual or pre-established party or authorized party. So this is the answer. We can say that we have discussed in active attack like replay attack. So replay, if there will be any kind of the replay attack, then data integrity must be compromised. And non-repudiation. So after the dealing or after having the communication, so no one can deny that he or she does not want to do the communication, or he or she did not want to do the communication. So this is kind of the non-repudiation services. So these are the 5 basic and important and the major services that must be included when we design any kind of the network. Okay, and similar thing, when we talk about the security service, then security mechanisms. Security mechanism means what are the ways by which we can provide the security service. That's it. So this is the basic thing, and definitely X.800 security architecture is also having the set of rules, set of protocols for discussing or defining the security mechanisms. So one is a specific security mechanism. So specific means these kind of the mechanisms, those are written here in specific security mechanisms. These are predefined according to the rule, how you can apply, how we can set these things, where we can use these kind of the mechanism like encipherment, digital signatures. I'm just taking one example like encipherment. So for doing the encipherment, it is the prerequisite that you must have a key. Only then you can do the encryption, whether it is public key encryption technique or private key encryption technique. So kind of the basic rules, kind of the basic steps, those are fixed for particular mechanisms like encipherment, digital signatures, access control, data integrity, and like authentication exchange and all. The second case is nothing but pervasive security mechanism. So in this, those services we can include, and those are not exactly written in X.800 architecture. They are not exactly talking about, but according to the demand or according to the designing network, if it is LAN, MAN or WAN, whatever. So according to this or according to the cost, so you can additionally add some kind of the other mechanism. So it depends to the administrator, it depends to the network designing entities. So these are the 2 different categories of for providing the security mechanism. Okay. Okay, so after this, softwares means malicious software. So generally the all kind of the malicious software we call malware. And whenever we say the malicious software, so we always talk about the virus, worm, botnet, and the trojans and others type of the any kind of the file, any kind of the file, program file or data file that will harm to the system or to the network, then we can call that particular thing is a malware. So as I told you that this is the basic introduction, means these are the things on behalf of this, on behalf of whatever we are discussing here in first unit, we will discuss for rest of the units in detail. For example, I'm just moving back. For example, encipherment. So cryptographic techniques we will discuss in detail. Digital signatures. So we will see how the digital signature we can perform, or along with digital signature, some kind of the other authentication techniques like MAC and hash algorithm. So we can also discuss, or even we will discuss. So these are the basic things. So what is the solution? Another solution is to remove the software those are not in use, a very simple solution. And another is anti-malware software are also available in market. So antiviruses that you download or you run on your system. So these are the may be the solution of that thing. Okay, so what is the difference between virus and worms if we talk about? So the basic difference between virus and worm is it is written here, and now I'm reading that line, that is a computer virus is kind of the malware file which is somehow attached with other data file of any end user, and then user will execute the particular data file. So you can attach any infected file with the used file, okay, and so you will call it the virus. And another type of malware that may develop the copies. Any virus or any infected file that may develop the different copies, then you can call the simply worm in place of virus. Simple thing. And the next is the Trojan. So this is very dangerous malware, we can say. As I told you, whether it is Trojan, botnet, worms, virus, you can consider that all are the malwares. So the Trojan is nothing but a malicious software, and it cannot replicate itself. The thing is this. So this is one difference between worm and Trojan, you can say. And but the thing is, once a hacker introduces this Trojan virus in any particular system, then hacker may delete, send or receive the files of targeted computer. So it is very dangerous thing than the simple virus or worm. Okay, I thought that I can write on the pad or using the digital pen, but unfortunately this screen is not sharing. So I'll check this thing, and I will resolve this issue related writing with digital pen. But now I am having no more discussion for today's lecture session. It is complete thing. Even I have uploaded this PPT on LMS also. So now